Trends to the Crypto TV. I'm your gracious host, Solo. Guys, XRP, XDC, XLM are pumping, okay? But before we get into that, the Fear to Greed Index is at 86, 6 points higher from yesterday. XRP is currently at $1.07, having pumped 24% in 24 hours, okay? And XRP continues to pump. How high can it go? Well, we're about to find out. But what caused this pump? Well, Brad Garlinghouse had an interview with Fox News Business, and he dropped a jewel. Let's listen to it, and I'll chime in.
Brad Garlinghouse. Market sell-off, but not for XRP. It is exploding toward the $1 mark. Right now, it stands at 87 cents. This is a gain of 4.5%, as investors in the seventh largest cryptocurrency are optimistic about the future of the now $3 trillion industry under a Trump presidency. The blockchain payments company Ripple, which uses XRP to enable transactions, jumped dramatically since election night. And it saw big surges earlier this week on speculation that its CEO held a meeting with the president-elect following his victory, and speculation that anti-crypto SEC chief Gary Gensler might soon announce his resignation, which we just talked about.
Rumors that Gary is stepping down the day after Thanksgiving, okay? So pay attention. That's the 29th, if I'm not mistaken, day after Thanksgiving. Let's go.
See Director Norm Champ. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse is here in a Fox Business exclusive in studio to discuss all of this. Okay, a 70% gain since Election Day. Let me guess, you are a Donald Trump fan, at least, of a presidency as he oversees a crypto world that he's very open-armed to.
For sure. What a difference 10 days makes. We, for years in the United States, have had an attack on the crypto industry. It's been war. And we finally, I think, have a crypto president. The crypto industry has embraced Trump. Trump has embraced the crypto industry.
He really has. He really has.
I think it's very genuine. And I think he sees the opportunity. He sees innovation. He sees entrepreneurship. And look,
the biggest mistake Kamala Harris made was not embracing the crypto industry. Why? Because this election, the crypto industry is actually what helped win Trump the election. And let me explain. Trump got the most donations from who? Crypto PAC groups. Kamala was anti-crypto until she realized that, hey, Trump is getting a lot of money from crypto. I want some of that. And then all of a sudden, when she became pro-crypto all of a sudden, right? With less than a month ago in the election, talking about, I'm going to make crypto and weed legal, like crypto is nothing but Redditors and 4chan people. Come on now. And so the fact is, Trump has been crypto-friendly for the last 2 years. You notice in 2021 he wasn't, but he has changed his tune. Why? Because he understands that America is going broke. The dollar is almost worthless. And I think that Trump also realizes that there are a lot of powerful people in the crypto industry, and we've let ourselves be known. We voted with what? Our wallets. That's facts.
I'm very excited about what the future holds. I'll point out, you were saying that XRP is up 70+%. Since Election Day, the best performing crypto assets are all U.S. companies or U.S. technologies. This shouldn't be a surprise. The United States SEC has been manipulating and putting pressure on these U.S. companies, U.S. technologies, and now that pressure comes off and they explode upwards. So we shouldn't be surprised by that.
So that is since when that it's all U.S.? That
really since Election Day.
Okay, since Election Day, then that really makes sense.
It does. And if you can even put a number on this, like what has Gary Gensler's war on crypto, you can put an amount on it. We went from 2.2 trillion to basically 3 trillion. So this was an $800 billion unlock.
Remember when Mr. Burns was pro-crypto in MIT, talking about Bitcoin is not a security? And then a couple years later, he's saying that crypto and Bitcoin is a security? Mr. Burns, in my opinion, has been bought. He's part of the deep state. I genuinely believe that.
Unlock. Just because we now are going to have rational actors who act lawfully. As you know well, states have now even participated in suing the SEC and saying you are not acting lawfully and enforcing the laws.
I got to ask you, the price of XRP earlier this week spasmed. It jumped about 10% after you liked a tweet earlier that suggested you may have met with President-elect Donald Trump. Any truth to those rumors?
I mean, I think like many of your guests today, I'm not going to comment on too many specifics here. Suffice it to say.
Okay, that's a yes. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But I respect that. But to me, it's a yes.
We have been active throughout this election cycle in being very pro-crypto, pro-innovation. And how do we make sure that this Congress and, the president, obviously, it's a totally new day. And I could not be happier about a Congress that I think is, as Norm said earlier, your guest, we got to get away from regulation through enforcement. That makes no sense.
What?
Regulation through enforcement is an outdated idea, especially when we go into this new era that I like to deem as quantum finance, right? Where we have AI and then also tech that will explode massively from here on out until the future. Especially in the next 5 to 10 years, you're going to see an explosion. And so with this new era of quantum finance as well as quantum technology, the system will be able to regulate itself. And by being decentralized, we need that, because if America doesn't have it, we're going to be behind the rest of the world, because other countries are already far ahead of us when it comes to crypto adoption. And that's a fact.
What about this yesterday, this lawsuit filed by 18 attorneys generals, I believe all from Republican states, suing the SEC, saying that they are allegedly overreaching when it comes to crypto regulation? Did you know that was coming at all?
We did not. And I say to all 18 of those attorney generals, welcome to the party. Look, we have been fighting, Ripple's been fighting this fight since the very beginning. We've spent literally over $150 million fighting the SEC, an unlawful war. And so I'm thrilled they're joined. I wish they would have joined earlier. But even in their case, what they filed cites the Ripple case over and over. And so they see what has happened. They see how Gensler has overreached. And I only wish there was a way to hold the SEC, hold Gensler, hold some of these people accountable.
I genuinely believe Mr. Burns, aka Gary Gensler, is compromised. Remember, he used to be a teacher or professor at MIT saying that cryptocurrency is the future, that it's not securities, and then all of a sudden he switched his tone. What happened? I think the deep state got him into his head and into his pockets, okay? And instead of facing just losing his job, he needs to face a judge.
And we should say that earlier this week, Robinhood relisted XRP on its platform, driven by what they believe might be this new, more welcoming regulatory environment?
For sure. I mean, this goes back to the U.S. has finally unlocking this hostility. And I do think things like Robinhood saying, I'm surprised they didn't do it sooner, but I'm glad they did it now. And, I expect
Robinhood, by the way, up 37% this month alone. Nice move for Robinhood. And Vlad the CEO, has sat here and said that crypto has been a huge driver for their bottom line.
I mean, he said that it actually is an order of magnitude, a 10x decrease in cost in order for him to trade.
Brad, thanks for stopping by.
It's really
great to see you. Brad Garlinghouse.
Brad Garlinghouse, y'all. So with all this positive sentiment, right, you see XRP finally making those moves, right, up to $1.08. And guys, listen, I hope that my prediction to $5 still stands. I don't see why it couldn't hit that. I just really don't, right? It's got to be one step at a time, though, right? So anything is possible. Obviously, I do expect a dip to happen soon, because I expect people to wake up and take profits, okay, unfortunately. Moving on, XDC is up 33% in the last 24 hours, right? XDC, the most underrated crypto of them all, okay? And the reality is, with XDC being up 33%, it's still at a very affordable price, right? A snare under 4 cents. I expect XDC to run violently whenever XRP runs, because they all run in tandem. That includes XLM, Stellar Lumens, right? Now, Stellar, it's up 18% in the last 24 hours. However, Stellar is up. Whoa, it just jumped. Okay, it just jumped, yo. I guess Stellar knows I'm recording the video, so Stellar's doing his part. All right, so it's up 20%. Stellar, they got the memo, right? Because they're about to flip the what? The switch, okay? And let's not forget SOLOGENIC. SOLOGENIC is up 175% in the last 24 hours. People are still sleeping on Sologenic. Remember, the all-time high was 658. There's a lot of room for Sologenic to run, right? And listen, I still got my little tiny solo bag, so I'm expecting Sologenic to double its previous all-time high. Guys, the crypto market is looking juicy. Don't be shocked if there's going to be a retrace, people taking profits. Don't be surprised if things continue to go ham, okay? This is a lovely thing. Keep moving, keep grooving. God bless. It's your boy Jones, and I'm out. Peace.